Today I want you to contemplate with me the truth that we find in Philippians 2 verse 12 and 13. The NIV version says it like the following. Therefore, my dear friends, as you have always obeyed, not only in my presence but now in my absence, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling, for it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill His good purpose. The truth of these two verses together is that God invites you to cooperate with Him in working out your salvation. If we only take verse 12, it seems as if God says that we need to work out our own salvation. And sometimes we think that we need to do this in our own strength and in our own abilities. And then if we take verse 13 on its own, we think that God does all the work. For it says that God works in us to will and to work according to His purposes. But when we put these two together, we realize that we cooperate with God. God works in us and we work out what God works in us. So God gives us the grace. God gives us His Spirit. God saves us. He gives us the energy. And from that point on, we work out what God works in us. The word that we translate with work out is like a farmer working with the soil and tilling it and working it in order to produce a great harvest. And that is what God invites you to do. He doesn't invite you to save yourself. He says, I will do that. I will give you my Spirit, but you need to work it out. You need to give stature to the salvation that I have given you. And how do we do that? Very practically, we work out our salvation by praying, by spending time with God, by spending time in God's Word, by serving in church, by being plugged in. That is how we work out what God has worked in us. God invites you to cooperate with Him. Let's do it.